It's just a short video today, another Saturday rambling. I just want to give you a few examples of my own personal experiences to do with love workings. When I was really young, a baby witch, teenage years, I did a few love spells with regards to a few guys that I was interested in. Some worked and some didn't. Some they worked and they would run out of steam. You know, to be expected when you're kind of young and all the rest. But when I turned around my mid-20s, I had a thing for a guy who was over in this country. He was working temporarily, and he was from Italy, and he was aware of me. He was aware of me, and we got on okay, but we didn't, it didn't progress further than that. And I thought it would be good fun at the time to put a love spell on him from the book I was reading at the time. And I'm not certain now, I can't find out if anyone's interested, if it was the Satanic Witch or the Satanic Bible of Anton LaVey. I'm not interested in Satanism at all, but at the time I was just reading it. I'm not really a book witch, but years back I did read quite a few books. But as now that I'm older, I have no interest really in books. But it was. If my memory serves me right, you invoke. There's lots of. Let me think. There was Lilith. There was Belial. You invoke them, and let me think who else. It was Lucifer, Whore of Babylon, and I had a little mirror, and I used my inverted pentagram necklace. That's all I can remember at the minute, but I know it was a really, really heavy love spell, and I did it, and I sent it out towards him. And what I would do also is I would send out certain messages or feelings to his chakras, if that makes sense. I can explain this in depth. If anyone is interested, I can explain this in depth. And I'd also astral project myself at night when he was sleeping. I know I've mentioned this to a few people that I'm working with that are currently doing love spells, because this is an excellent technique. I would project myself to his bedside when he's sleeping, and I would make my suggestions into his ear. I would whisper into his ear, things like, you notice me, you ask me out, you really want me, all you can think of is me, I am the love of your life, all that stuff. And I would do that, and I would stroke his face, I would touch his hair, and I would do that every single night, and I did it for a long time. And it worked, and it worked quite well. But he went back over to his country, and just life got in the way, and this is the strange bit. A decade went past, and lo and behold, he comes back into my life again via social media, and I'm completely settled now with someone, and I don't want this. And it's frightening me, to be honest with you. Not frightening, sorry, that's the wrong word. It stunned me and amazed me that after all these years, this guy is still there. And it wasn't just a matter of, hey, how you doing? It's full on, I love you, I want to come back to you, I want to look after you, etc, etc. And I told him, no, I'm happy with my situation at the minute. And this guy, he won't take no for an answer. And as soon as I think things are settling down, he comes back and messages me again, So what I had to do was I had to cut the cords, if that makes sense. If any of you know anything about I think it's hoodoo, where they call it cut and clear. I think everyone that we're with in life, you know, if you're married to someone, if you're dating someone, you have silver cords that connect you, and they're binding cords. And if someone breaks it off with you, you still have that cord, and the attachment is still there. So what I do for people who want release from that is I'll cut the cord. But you really need to think it through, because if you cut that cord, this is my opinion, always my opinion, other people's opinions may vary, you're cutting that cord for your further incarnations, if you believe in reincarnation, that is. And so I cut the cord with this guy, so I know that in my next lifetime I will not be pursued by him, or I won't pursue him, vice versa. So that's what I had to do. But that spell worked, and it worked amazingly well. And I enjoyed the vampiric aspect of it, you know, going astrally, creeping into his room, and you know, things like that. It was the first spell that love spell that really, really worked. And I was so, you know, in my mind, I knew it would happen, and I didn't doubt that. And I was diligent with those little visualizations. So if I have any advice to give to any of you, if you're working magic, is to see the details of all, you know, of everything. Go into your future with that person. If you want marriage, see your wedding day, see your dress. Go and get a bridal book, pick out your dress, look at engagement rings. Just use your senses. It has to be your senses, you know. Your wedding cake, what does it taste like? Things like that. Or if you don't want anything as heavy as that, you know, imagine touching the person's face, their hair. What does that feel like? You know, that really does help the brain, and it also helps. It helps draw that situation towards you. Excuse me. So yeah, that spell, it worked. Well, it worked too well. So as I said there, I have cut those etheric cords, and hopefully that's everything settled. So yeah, it's interesting, and it's interesting how to me my soul and his soul were joined after that ritual, and they were joined for years until I cut that cord. So just be careful when you're doing love work. Be careful, because you know, you might not truly want that person deep down, and you might end up in the same predicament that I was in. But that's just a little snippet for you, and I hope everyone is well today, and enjoy your weekend.